I'm MollieMcCoy, and today we're going to be talking about the squirrels of the Aurora campus. You're probably familiar with the fuzzy face of the eastern red fox squirrel, with these little furry friends being all over the Aurora campus. These squirrels are named after their red tail and are the largest of the tree squirrels.
I think the holidays is the time we shine the brightest as a store. We have 3 tables of holiday items. We're known for ornaments and our unique finds, things from Germany.
But what will you do to ensure that there is equal and equitable access to these services and prevention services for low-income communities and rural areas?
Well, yesterday we launched a program called Spark, our Community Spark program, which is for urban communities, specifically Hispanic and African American communities, to provide access to homeownership, access to entrepreneurship or starting small businesses, access to education opportunities, and access to family care.
In the early morning, Ralphie sleeps between the bushes, awaiting the day ahead, falling into a deep morning slumber. But this doesn't last as Ralphie begins to absorb the world around him, the sun peeking through his eyelids, waking him up. Susan, under another bush, awaits danger around every corner.
How will you start the process on beginning those reparations and recognition?
Well, I'm an advocate for participation. If you want to know what someone's thinking, get them on your team, bring them in, put them on your team so you can hear their good ideas. I've talked about my staff as we move forward. We have a certain indigenous population here in Colorado. I'd like to have somebody on my staff that would help me make sure that I understand their issues as well. I'd probably put a Democrat on there as well, just so that I could hear the other side of things. I think putting people around you that are in tune with what's going on in Colorado is really part of how you involve the entire state. Make sure we got somebody on there that knows a whole lot about agriculture. Make sure we know has somebody on there that knows about military needs. Colorado Springs is a huge military place. So I would use my staff and the people that work with me to make sure that I was getting good information so I knew what those issues were so we could address them as we move our country forward.
What do you do here in the studio?
I intern. I'm an intern right now at the studio, and at the moment, while Dave is on vacation, I am also running the studio. So I'm like the boss, you know.
I grew up in Lakewood, Colorado, and spent many of my summers in Golden hiking and swimming in Clear Creek with my schoolmates. We spent summer nights at Lookout Mountain, stargazing for hours. Those same kids I grew up with now are having to leave what we call home because of the insane housing market. Senator, imagine you are an advocate for Colorado. What do you say to native Coloradans who have to leave just to find a home?
The last few years are the first time that I've been in this job where I've heard people say exactly what you said, and it's a tragedy. It's tragic.